Morning, good day. This is your girl, Dr. Tay, here with another morning message. So, something that I've been thinking about recently was this experience I had in college. And it was when I was an undergrad. It was actually within like the first day or two of me being on campus my first year, freshman year. And we had to go through like all of these different orientation type things, and one of them was opening convocation, which I didn't necessarily know what that meant, but they told me I had to go, so I did. And the guest speaker for that was a professor whom I hadn't met yet. Although he was in my department, I was partially an English major. And his speech was on questioning authority. Like, with us being first year students on this liberal arts campus for the first time, he felt that it was important for us to understand that we have the right to ask questions. We have a right to push back. We have a right to inquire. And, we need to remember that we have that right, regardless of what anyone says. That's just something that we, as we live here in this country, that's something that we have. That's something that comes with, being a citizen here. And, he gave different examples, and I'll admit I don't necessarily remember all of them, but that concept of questioning authority just continued to stay with me all throughout my life, and something that I also try to encourage in others, whether it was my students or with my colleagues or even my own staff members, just encouraging them to push back. Like, if they feel like something doesn't sound right, tell me. Let's, talk about it. Let's bring it up. Let's, find a way to address it so that you do feel comfortable, because at the end of the day, I never wanted to rob them of their right to think critically. And so by me telling them that they shouldn't be questioning me, is just goes against my beliefs. And I share all of that to say, like, as I think about just some of the things that are happening, around us, and certain guidelines that are being put into place, the fact that we aren't given the option to ask questions, to push back, to, get all of the answers that we need before moving forward just isn't right. Like, we've earned that right as being citizens in this country, right? That's, something that's in our Constitution, to feel like if we want answers, we should be able to have them. And, the absence of that is kind of taking us backwards. Like, I think about when we're children and our parents tell us, just do what I say, like, don't question it. Like, we're not children anymore. Like, we have a right to ask questions. We have a right to want to know more before we proceed with anything. And I'm not saying that we should disrupt. I'm not saying that we should create any kind of like anarchy. Like, that is far from what I mean. But what I am suggesting is that we have the right to get all of our answers, all of our questions answered before we decide to do anything. And if we don't feel comfortable, then we also have a right to do something about it. So as you're moving about your day and, looking at the world around you, I encourage you to not just look, but also question, ask questions, and make sure that all of your questions are answered before doing anything. Because at the end of the day, once you just sign away on something, like, you lose your right to ask questions later. So, just do it now and make sure you do what you need to do to put yourself at ease. Okay? So thank you so much for listening, and have a great day.